Tied together in the ocean, all together in a moment. Forget the weather, made the sand out of snow. Sand out of snow.
2020. It's going to be great. It's going to be dead good. 2020 is. It's going to be what you always wanted for 2020. Remember when you imagined 2020 when you're 29? Remember when you imagined how in 2021 you're 30? Well, maybe 2020 is setting you up for when you turn 30. You'll be like, yeah, I'm glad that at 28 you had that epiphany where you went, you need to change things. Maybe that. Is it really, really close? Really, very close. Is that a nice shot?
Right, well,
you've got sleep in your eye, Nick.
You could probably get closer.
You've got sleep in your eye.
Okay.
Some both eyes. Are you a cat? You're a little cat, aren't you? Welcome. We've got in my bedroom, we've got Nicholas Cook. Hooray! He's back! The podcast looks good again. Sorry, Zach. Sorry, me, who just tried to do it by myself and it didn't work. We've also got Ben Silver in my bedroom. People used to be in the shed, or we call it the studio, podcast studio, but that's just bullshit. But now it's my bedroom, so this is one corner of my bedroom, and the other half is my bed that Ben and Nick are sat on. There's my old mattress against the wall there, and all the rest of my belongings are just right here. I'm touching them now. They're so close. So yeah, I'm in my bedroom now. This is what the podcast looks like. Do you like it? I like it. What do you think, you two? I'm talking to the two viewers that watch this. Yeah. You guys don't watch this. You just hear for once. That's okay, though. You can't eat a snack. It's literally a snack. That's what it's called as well, the chocolate bar. No, give us one. No, but seriously, everyone. I'm in my bedroom now, and the shed... that's not going to exist. I'm not going to have the keys to it soon because my mum is moving out of that house where I used to have the shed at, and it will be no longer. So I've cleared all the stuff out. I brought this table and this chair. You might recognise it. And I brought other stuff that's in my room that you can't see, and you never will. Yeah, there's that. The fact that that's happened is my mum's moved out, and now I live here properly, and I've set up the podcast again. What do you think? Episode 59. It's almost episode 60. 59 is almost 60, right? Can you deny it? One away. 60 is quite a lot of episodes, I'd say. I do this every 20 episodes. I go, bloody hell. Like 40 episodes? That's a lot of episodes. But yeah, I'm going to keep doing it now. I'm going to keep doing it. And as well, what a better time to be in your bedroom videoing stuff than right now when you're supposed to do that. That's what you're supposed to do. Boris Johnson's on the news like, stay in your bedrooms and film yourselves. That's what we need. Make podcasts. We want as many podcasts. Remember, I saw a thing on the tram, because I catch the tram, and it said on it, 2020 predictions. It was like a Dave advert, you know, for the channel Dave. Not like a Dave advert, like the guy in the advert office is called Dave. It's, oh, fuck's sake, another Dave advert. Fucking hell. What, let me guess, Dave. Is it tits and booze on tits? Fucking Dave. No, a Dave advert is in for the channel Dave. You know the channel Dave? I don't really watch English TV, but the channel Dave, I know the channel Dave. I watch Argentinian TV, but exclusively English radio. Never any Argentinian radio. I watch English radio with my eyes and my ears and my mind. What else is going on? No, I didn't finish what I was saying. Dave channel. Do you know that one? There was a tram joke. It was an advert for them, and it was a tram joke. I have one of those. Anyway, a tram ploughed into a bar. Right. In Coronation Street. Shit. Carl Porter. Anyway, on this thing on the side of the, I don't know if you can see that on camera, it's on the side of the tram inside. It's an advert for Dave, and on the advert, one of the things was like predictions for 2020, and it's like by this certain month, it's like this many people now have podcasts, and then at the end, it's like more people have podcasts than there are, whatever. And I feel like that might be the way it is now that Boris Johnson has said, stay inside and do podcasts. Stay inside and do podcasts, and that's how he talks. Stay inside and do podcasts. I'm Boris Johnson. I'm really good at. I've been working on my impressions. I'm Boris Johnson. I'm Boris Johnson and I've got blonde hair. And I'm the Prime Minister. That's what Boris Johnson. That's my Boris Johnson. Have you got any other impressions you want me to do? If anyone, big figures at the moment. Is there anyone, you guys watch the news? Ben told me to do Stephen Hawking. So I just... Oh, yeah. That's how he was. So if he's like that... Wait, would he... Surely when he was in the funeral, they didn't, like, fix him. Because he would rigor mortis. Yeah, like, so let's fix it so he has his dignity. Finally in his death, he has some dignity. Oh my God. This is what keep staying in your house. What does this say? Yeah, that. Right, so anyway, we've covered Stephen Hawking. I'm glad I did my impression of him. But no, burns victims though, we are joking. Do you know what it is? It's everyone's part of our take of the pissery. Anyone. So burns victims might be like, no one jokes about us. Well, I'm going to do it for you. But basically, I'm joking. And what I meant by physical repulse was, it's a shame that there is something in our DNA that when someone is burnt, you're like, oh my God, are they all right? Oh God, and it's this natural, like,
yeah,
I hope they're all right.
it's if we're getting serious, it's like an actual concept called the Uncanny Valley, where you've heard of this, haven't you? Where something is, it looks like obviously it is a person, but obviously it looks in such a way that it's like, oh my God. You know, you kind of brain's trying to compute it. Yeah, true. And it can be quite scary.
Have
and
you
obviously
seen that picture that's like that's the epitome of the Uncanny Valley, and it's like they've made it on some thing that kind of for art, and it melts two pictures together, and it's made to look like some bedroom or something with all these items that you kind of know. You look at it at first glance, and you go, oh yeah, that looks like a bedroom.
It says that apparently that's what you. How you look at the world before you have a stroke.
Before you have a stroke, yeah. You're looking at things and they're just not computing, they're not going together. Also, acid. The stuff you take. Yeah. I imagine if you took acid, things like that. Well, I took it once and it wasn't really like that.
I do take acid, but only battery acid from Halfords because it's very valuable. I've been panic buying battery acid.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that cleans the blood off my trainers.
Yeah.
And by blood, I mean the blood of owls.
You've been kicking owls a lot recently, haven't you?
I find an owl, I put my boot on it just gently, just to see what it's in for, and then it starts,
Oh
no! Yeah, Scottish owl, and then
oh no!
And then I just take it out to dinner and I say, listen, remember what I did before? I could do that again.
I'll kick you, owl. Okay, I'll kick you. Yeah, and then so he's basically got blood on his sneakers. Acid though, interesting. What else have we got to say about on this? So yeah, you're all stuck in your houses, and we all might. Oh, hello, Puss. This is interesting that the cat will just wander around while the podcast is on. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yes, it knows how to get. It's set up the shot quite nicely.
And do you know what? She said to me before, I want to be in it. I want my 5 minutes of fame. Well, you're getting it. You're getting your 5 minutes of fame.
Number one rule: don't put your back to the audience.
God, don't you know? Yeah, looking around like it's
Have
fine.
you never been in a production of Gregory's Girl or Little Women, which
Ben
I
Silver
have?
Has. Have you ever been in Santa with the Squeaky Shoes? No, well, you couldn't because you had a fight in primary school and you got kicked out of it. That's my story. Anyway, Puss, show your pretty face to the camera. Hey, sweetheart. Oh my God. Are you thinking about the coronavirus too? I think she's thinking about the coronavirus. Oh. Hello.
Hello, Mousy.
Them some podcasts I've been watching, and I've been watching them going, I'm probably ready to do it again. I'm a bit happier in life now. Chop my hair off. That's another thing that I did, which is good because you start to realise what you actually look like buried underneath it all, and it's this. This is what it is. Wah, wah, wah. No. Yeah, I've started working again as well. Well, I did one shift at the coffee shop that I work at. Yeah, I did one shift there, and that was good, man. I was behind the counter making a coffee, and I was so on the way to work on the final 100 meters that I was getting, and I was about to walk in the door. I was really nervous. I was like having my heartbeat ringing in my ears. That doesn't make any sense. Just I'm like, oh no, work's about to start, and I was dead nervous. It was the kind of feeling I'd have when I first started stand up and I was about to walk on stage, and I can hear him calling my name through. Phil, Sutton. Hello, everyone. Like that kind of thing. That's not how I start, don't worry. But it might be when I go back to it. Me and Ben were going to start a new comedy night at Bar 21 in the Cactus event room, which is downstairs. That's going to start soon. It was supposed to start in a couple of days. It was supposed to be in a couple of days, but they're pushing it back. I also have a slot at Frog and Bucket on the August the 31st. 5 minutes there. Hopefully that will still happen. So we'll have to see what happens with it. Yeah, so I stood behind the counter making that coffee, and I was like, it's good to be back at my job. I'm happy to be working it. And it didn't take long before I was going over to people, setting the food down and being like, having a chat with them and stuff. And people aren't as bothered as you'd expect them to be. They're making the choice to go to a coffee shop, a cafe, to go and get some food or some drinks or whatever. And if I'm walking over there, a mask on, but I'm still doing the whole. The way I look at it is, even though personally, in my life, when I've gone out and about, and I've not really got social media, I've not seen what everyone's saying about it. I've just kind of I check the news every so often, or I read a new thing, or you see these posters everywhere that has the COVID-19 rules, and it's like the guidelines and all this shit. I've kind of paid attention to that. Oh, but the way I look at it is with a burp. That's how I look at it. I look through burpy eyes. No, the way I look at it is, if you are going to get on a bus and the rule of the bus is you have to wear a mask, then you're a dick if you don't wear a mask. Well, I say that, but I was on the tram the other day without one on, and everyone was just looking at me like, you piece of shit. And I was like, I just didn't think I'd be getting the tram. I'm not carrying a mask with me anyway. I don't need them for anything. But anyway, yeah, so when I'm in work, I'm washing my hands, making sure people can see it, that I'm going over to the thing and using the horrible, smelly alcohol stuff that you put on your hands. And, yeah, but it is good to be back at work. Hopefully, my swimming job starts again. That's going to be weird. Probably wearing, like, a shield and being like, right, quick your legs. And they're all just like, what? And then one of them's drowning, and I'm like, am I allowed to, okay, drown slower, get me a big stick that I can get. How's that going to work? You have to wear, like, here are your life-saving arms that you have to connect to your own arms, and you swim up to the child, and you pull him out, and you're like, 2 meters, and that's how you get him out. What are you looking forward to getting back to gigs, though? Like, what, have you got any booked? Have you got Frog and Bucket booked?
I've got Frog and Bucket booked next 24th of August. Live, Manchester, Oldham Street, 7:30, walk-in, Carl Potter live at Frog and Bucket. Oh my God! Ben, you get them the fuck out. Fucking
later.
Bagheads.
Later. Get in a queue.
Smoking bear weed, lad.
Yeah, so 24th of
Don't
August.
stole me, Phil, man. I'm fucking stole me, G, man.
Me, G. I'm fucking 4G, me, pal.
You're rasting that, G.
Fucking
Like,
5G.
rasting, what are you? Fucking dinosaur. Rah. So it's this guy at work, I swear to God, like, he always walks around and just goes, rah. And I'm like, oh, listen to this guy's impression of a dinosaur. He's like, fuck off, dickhead. Right, do it, lad. Rap. Okay, I'll bleed it. Oh God, no. Passed out.
Do you know a lot of stoners apart from like?
Yeah, my fucking family are all bagheads.
Oh, yeah.
They're all greenheads, man. They live in the green grass fields. When I go in, it's just clouds of smoke. I'm like, where are you? Where are you? Like that at the back, lad. No, every time I walk into my brother's gaff, like, I know he's stoned, because every time I walk in, like, he'll forget I'm coming round. I walk in, I'm like, yes, and then he'll just be rolling the spliff going, thought you were coming tomorrow, like.
Every time.
It's Monday, we're all at work tomorrow. Fuck, I don't know what day it is, me. I'm like, can you look at me while you talk to me? You fucking disgrace. Druggy.
Did you hear that?
Baghead. Nah, my brother will kill me.
Nah,
He'll be watching it just like because he's massive. So like, because I don't know, it's the thing with like massive people. They'll like stand there like that, always like rubbing themselves, like going.
It's like just checking your games.
What's he saying, him lad? I'll fuck him up, the little prick. I'm like, love me. I just want to be loved by people. Fucking hell, man. Get the bucket. Oh fuck. Got kidnapped in Brussels, mate. You know.
Oh yeah.
Nearly, anyway.
What happened?
So,
I thought that was the end of it then. Really, yeah.
I just got kidnapped. He killed his family. Chris Benoit. And don't be back. The Rabbit Wolverine live. He killed his family. No, it was tight. He killed his family. You know what I mean? I shouldn't even be laughing about it.
Oh yeah, shit. Why are we laughing about it?
Fucking suicide, man.
Murder, suicide.
Or something like that. No, so I booked like a 4 nights to Brussels.
Where was it?
Brussels.
Brussels.
We lived in a bush, honey penny. Look at me right now, honey penny. Let me do that bug and get to know you.
What do you think about hitting women, Sean? Have you seen that video? And he's like, I think it's acceptable. Like, and he's like, it should keep women in line. There's an interview with him like answering.
Oh shit!
What he thinks about.
Because he was Bond at
women.
that time, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he just probably thought like, I'm not arsed anymore. Have you ever seen him in The Rock? Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
No, I've not seen that.
Yeah, buzzing.
You know all the classic films, man.
Yeah, The Rock.
You gotta give me some recommendations.
Mom! It's coming on! Fucking knob. It's not even in. She's out.
She's not been in for ages.
Everyone left and they're not come back, man. I think they've got a new house somewhere else. I've been on their own in my house for 8 years.
Not now,
Imagine
not
that.
then, not ever.
Just after 8 years, like, oh, where is everyone? I really hope they come back. I really am sick of alone time now.
I really
just want to be
trying.
around family. I want to be around friends. It's like Christmas is not there anymore.
Birthdays have passed.
Oh, fuck, it's a new noise now.
But as a joke.
Oh, it's a joke, yeah.
But there was a lot of truth
Clarify
said in
that.
jest.
It was,
You
yeah.
know?
With our lips.
Yeah.
I feel like we talk about that every time.
I
we're in
joke when
front
I
of the
say I'm the
camera.
best in the booth, but a lot of truth is said in jest.
Who's that?
I thought you would know.
Is it True Tone?
It's Eminem.
It's Eminem, okay.
Dude, I'd be well proud if I'd
yeah,
written something like that.
true.
I send you insane, man. I send you deranged, man.
Who's that?
So you had some good bars. There was I sort of got to get your daughter slaughtered. That was one of your horrorcore bars.
So yeah, we used to think we were rappers when we were like 13 and 14, and these are some
We
of the
were
lines from-
rappers.
Oh yeah. Well, we did rap, yeah. So I guess we were.
We did rap.
We also made
JB and I
CDs.
rapped professionally.
We got paid for it.
We
one
got
time.
paid for it.
True.
One time we
of
gigged
times.
around all the super churches in the region,
Christian rap.
and we sold
You
that.
actually are professional rappers.
Professional Christian rappers, ex-professional Christian rappers.
Right, that's a good claim.
And you know what we did? We used to, just full disclosure, we were like children.
Yeah.
we'd sort of
14 maybe. I remember wearing my
13,
best
14,
shirt to
yeah.
go and do that performance thing that we did.
Yeah.
And I did it once and I was like, I don't like this.
No.
Don't like this.
Yeah, it took us a bit longer for the penny to drop, I think. But we were just like more deeply.
You were really into. I remember
Yeah.
being like, "Are you sure about all this Christian stuff?"
like,
And
you
you're
should
"Yes."
try praying.
Yeah, I was like, you showing me videos of like people having the Holy Spirit take them over, and you're
It's
like,
good
"Look,"
that, isn't it?
yeah, I was like,
What do you think of that?
I'm not fully sure about that. I don't know what I think about
Yeah,
that.
so we were in there for a good year at least, I think. 13, 14, around that age. But
a real confusing time for any young man.
however, though, we also we can't have been that committed to it
Because
because
we also made stuff that just said horrible
like
stuff.
the
in it.
horrorcore, the gangster rap shit, and we were like, yeah, girl, I'll fuck you in the face.
Yeah.
And we put that on the same CD with the
No
Christian
way, really.
rap shit. So there's loads of, there was like, I remember we would gig and then like little 10-year-old, 11-year-old girls would come over with their parents and she'd be like, and their parents would be like, little Tammy really enjoyed your performance. And she'd like...
Tammy is always the name you give.
She'd like to buy us a compact disc of your work. And then we were like, well, that's fine. £12, please.
Wow.
No, it's probably like £1.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was like...
You've made the graphics on it and it's the start of your career. and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. But
Yeah.
the first track was always... It was called like, you know... John 14:6 or whatever, and then the second track could be just like, "You better show me that tongue, bitch."
She's always hiding her tongue. She's speaking to me with her lips closed all the time.
There's probably some wordplay you could do there, like speaking in tongues, but also like jizzing on Tammy's tongue.
Wait, hold on. Hold on a sec. Tammy being the adult woman. Yeah. Yeah.
Although, is it paedophilia if I'm 11 and then I shag an 11-year-old?
It's just wrong.
Is that wrong?
No, I don't know.
I'd consider that like horse fooling.
Horse fooling. Oh yeah. Well, if Peter? Well, I don't know. Can you even do that at that age?
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not expect us to
be sexually active.
Yeah, it's
at
possible.
11.
It is possible. Yeah.
I finger blasted a girl when I was 7 years old.
Blasted.
Yeah.
Out of the sky.
Yeah. She sent me a Valentine's card saying, I
blast me.
love you, Peter. I want to have sex with you.
Wow. Roses are red. Violets are fantastic. Please, Peter, give me a finger blasting. Was it that? Something like that.
It's pretty good.
That's not how you want to react to it.
Yeah. I was ambitious to go for a multi-syllable.
Thanks, man.
You got the
That's
first.
the rap.
The
the rapper in me. Just had snitches. Just snitches. I was thinking about this recently. When people say snitches get stitches, right? In some cases, snitches should. This is difficult to say. In some cases, snitches should get get snitches. Snitches begets more snitches. I think that snitches should get stitches in certain situations. In certain stitches. I think that snitches should get stitches in certain stitches, but bitches, no. But I think that certain situations, don't give them stitches. Don't give them the need to have stitches. Well, I love that as well. Like snitches get to the front of the line when they have a cut on their leg so they can get stitched up. Excuse me, right, who needs to be stitched? Me. I'm like, oh, he's a snitch and bring him through. He got my son sent down for life. Anyway, like that one, I think you should get stitches. You should need stitches. I'm spitting everywhere. You should need stitches if you are going up to a Guy Ritchie and filming him in his car. I don't know what this is, filming him texting in his car with your video phone. Then give that guy stitches. Because he's got to have a gash in his leg where he's got to have a big snatch in his leg where Guy Ritchie, the gentleman, fucked him up. Anyway, but there's other situations like you've just, like someone sells weed and you've just told on him. Kick that guy's head in. Terrible advice. Don't kick his head in, just like rough him. I don't know, but I get that one. I get it. But then what if like someone gets raped and you like ring the police to protect them, or a child's been kidnapped, and then someone in these places where snitches get stitches is used a lot, where they're saying if I see you talking to the police in some like Italian mafia film, well I guess they do it themselves, don't they? Yeah, they just go, you don't need the police, we'll just find them and lynch them by the balls, just hang them up by the balls and just let the guy hang upside down and slowly. Oh God, that's horrible. That, imagine that. Oh, no. Being hung by your balls upside down. I wonder if that's ever happened.
I think people, like, if they don't like you off the get, like if I ever start with a newer joke where it might not hit, even if it's not about anything, then my later jokes that are a bit offensive will be far more likely to offend.
Exactly.
Because they don't have faith in anything I'm doing at that point.
Yeah, true.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll talk about eating a fetus and like people will laugh uproariously.
Exactly.
About it's like we probably have the same opinions on like reproductive rights and abortion and shit like that. We talk about it. So like my joke, even with that one I'm referencing, it's like I don't think an egg's a chicken. Why is a fetus a human? That is sort of my real belief on it, just sort of concealed with a fucked up way to say it.
Yeah.
But it's like I think the people who are even like are sort of like he's not wrong though.
Yeah, true. And I just find it crazy that people would be like offended by that. Or, it's just like you're clearly just making a joke out of it. So
what is just I don't know anything graphic.
I know it's crazy that people are really just like.
But I sort of get it in a way though, because like I'll get offended when I see shit that to me like strikes as like actually racist. Like,
oh yeah, but I guess that's not even.
No, but what I'm saying is like that feeling that you get inside.
They have that same feeling with that, like even the words are triggering them in that way. Like,
because that's an uncomfortable thing to see when you feel like you're seeing something horrible and you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
And if I think people who like inundate themselves in that all the time feel it so much more. Like they'll read a tweet and just like it'll ruin their whole day.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. There was that thing. Louis C.K.'s been sending emails with this podcast in it, and what did he say about the? Oh yeah, there's two different types of people. Was this during his special or his?
No, it was on his website.
On his website, yeah, and it was like he said there are two types of people: people who, when something horrible happens, they're really sensitive to it and they process it like emotionally, and there's the other like side that find the need to laugh and make jokes about it. Then that's their way of dealing with it. There's no one on either side is any worse. There's benefits to one side, there's benefits to the other. But yeah, if someone goes to a comedy show with that disposition, then they're going to hear the word fetus and just be like, oh, I can't laugh at that. I'm so like empathetic towards that thing, that the idea of a joke towards it. Yeah.
But one of my favorite Anthony Jeselnik bits is like he talks about how because all he does is offensive material, and then he tells a lesbian joke, and the lesbian woman gets in the crowd and is like, well, you can't say that. And he's like, but that means you were okay with the Holocaust and with a volcano wiping out a village and whatever else he talked about. Because to take the one about you seriously and the rest of them as jokes, it's like, well, then how do you not
true. And
clarify that?
I've always had this feeling of if someone makes a joke about, like, if I've took a joke personally in a comedy special, I never go, how dare they say that? I'm always like, oh yeah, I should probably check my behavior then. Like, it makes me go, oh yeah, I do that. That's not cool. Yeah. I'm sure I've had that in the past where someone's done it and I've gone, no, I fall in that category. I can't.
I never have that though. I mean, maybe that's why I was drawn to comedy, but like, because all my favorite comedians, they just point out like societal hypocrisies that you'd sort of hate, and like anyone can sort of get behind that. Yeah. I never have, and maybe I don't listen to the right kind of comedies. I don't know. Like maybe Hannah Gatsby has something to teach me that I really haven't given a shot.
It's like this, but that Turkish barbers in Tilsley, I've seen some insane things in there. So I used to walk in like after work sometimes when I was still working at the post office there, and I'd be sat there. It was one of the few times that I felt masculine in my life, because I'd walk in, there was either like mums with kids, so it was like the odd bloke, and I'm sat there, I was like, oh, this skinhead, just been doing a full day's grafting. You know what I mean? Just been smacking many letters through many doors. Come on! Sit down, especially after it had been raining, just like, yeah, fucking soaked. You lot, indoors, me, out there, earning for life and kid who don't exist. Fucking come on. United. And then I'd sit down and be like, hiya. As soon as that's my name. But and I'd be sat there and you see some weird things. Like I remember one guy, and I swear down, he sat down once and the guy was like, hey my friend, how you doing? What do you want? And just went, a divorce. Didn't say anything else. Genuinely didn't say anything else.
That's what a guy said. I thought you said that's what you said.
No,
like,
he just.
You know what,
I heard a guy say that, like, a divorce.
That guy, what's mad about that guy's life is he's been holding it in. He's like, can't wait to get to the barbers and tell him. Like, he's been like, I don't really have anyone to go to the pub and I can't talk to him because he know my wife. But when I go to the barbers, I can just tell him.
Yeah, Uncle Ted. You don't give a fuck. But yeah, like, and he was just like, okay. And luckily, like, come in a lot, so we just did his usual. And then he just paid him and got out. And I was just like, ooh, another thing. I've seen an assault in that barber's. Wow. It was interesting. A lad just sat in a chair. This sums up Tilsley. It was me. Say the back walls here, and then there's like, you know what a room looks like, square. You know what a square looks like, and like there's like seats there, and seats there. It's a barber's, and and there's me, a bloke there, a young lad in the chair, and then his mate stood outside the door, like like sat on the window near the door, sat there. He's inside, not outside. Anyway. We sat there and everyone's chatting, we're just doing our thing. and all you hear is a man who honestly looks like a leg of lamb. Like he looks like he was cornical, mate. He was like that.
Yeah.
And like he walked in, he's just like, you know when someone like, you know, like Brock Lesnar looking motherfucker.
Lesnar, because he's a leg of lamb.
Brock Lesnar, and like
Brock legs lamb.
you know when
Right,
someone's
go on.
like frowning that much that even like their nose is frowning, their chin's frowning like, and they're like shaking because they're that angry. He's just like opens the door, grabs the lad who sat there, and he just throws him into the thing, and you can just hear this man's wife or girlfriend behind him just going, "What are you doing? Stop it! What are you doing?" What I love is when people do that, them relationships, them couples, where there's always the woman going, "Please leave it,
Yeah.
just leave it." You're just like, why are you with this man?
Because after that's happened, she goes, "That was so hot, I'm going to suck your dick." That's why. It's because they're like, "Stop it.
But like,
Stop hurting me. Stop it."
But like, I'm just kind of
Stop
like,
doing the joke.
after the first time, I was terrified. We were all terrified. Do you know what I mean? Surely you just bugger off.
But remember seeing guys from Atherton, Hagfold, Tilsley, where they're driving around in like a Subaru, and they're like the kind of guys who like the neck like starts there, and they just got like, and they're just like that. They're just a tank, and they've got like short back and sides like a marine, but they're like orange because they just love the sunbeds. They've got tribal tattoos everywhere, wearing all the fresh gear in a BMW that's like playing some grime music, and in the car there's a hot girl, but she's just tiny. She's just like just on the phone and shit, and it's like you were with him because you want like protection. I think there's an attraction to like this thuggish meat. That's like Tom Hardy in certain films. People are like, "Oh my god, Tom Hardy!" It's because he's just like just like knocking things over, like
King Kong.
Yeah, he's just a big brute. That's why King Kong, like Naomi Watts, is like, "Oh King, oh Kong." That's why she's like that, dancing around on the cliff top for
I
him.
fucking hate that film.
And then Jack Black's like fighting off
so
Adrian Brody's nose.
So idiotic.
Yeah, true.
I think though, with you saying about like seeing a different place in a different culture, like I would have preferred to go somewhere a bit different.
Right, yeah.
It's just the same.
Yeah, but it's
It's like
it's
a
sunny.
more American England.
Right, okay. But
Where-
it's not quite America. It's like,
No.
it's like the holding point to America.
Yeah, but it's like, it's so weird that some things are very English, like they love pasties there and shit like that, but then all of the road signs are super American.
Oh, really?
Like, it looks like America, a lot of the roads
Yeah.
and stuff. And then there's this weird sort of hybrid, like arrogance, but then also English, like...
Politeness kind of thing.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
it's strange, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it was interesting for that, but I was there for a year and you get a bit over that.
What, were you just doing little jobs while you were there? And,
I
like,
worked,
working on
I did
farms
gas and
stuff?
electric sales
Wow,
in
no
Melbourne
way.
for 6 months, which is what I did beforehand. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
reason I left, and then I was doing
Right,
it.
okay. But it's in a better environment, I guess.
No, it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
for a gas and electric cold call place, this
Oh.
call centre in Melbourne was like, yeah, it was great. All the managers were like 20, like, it was... Yeah, it was like they blasted techno music
Right,
like,
no
constantly.
way.
It was very strange.
They all
but
partied like together at the
that,
weekend.
it was
and
that.
stuff.
I mean, yeah, but that is all. You realise that is all fake. You know, it's all that thing of we'll turn the office into a party. When we're on
Yeah.
shift, we're partying.
Yeah, it's like, are you actually that productive though? And it's like, yeah, but we're having fun.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it wasn't a party, was it? Because we were fucking harassing old ladies, like.
Did you? The thing that worries me about Australia is like
Mm.
all the different like just snakes that could kill you and shit like that. Did you come across stuff like that?
Yeah, well, no, I lived in because I thought that as well.
Yeah, right.
And then I
okay,
lived in
so
like
I'm
the
glad that I'm not-
centre of Melbourne for 6 months, and there was like not a critter in
Oh,
sight.
really? No way.
But then when you went more into like when you go into more the actual heart of Australia, like I bet I didn't see a lot of it, but I went to like Brisbane and the Gold Coast and like more north, then it does get
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't see any snakes. A lot of lizards.
Right.
Some pretty big spiders.
They've got the inland taipan, haven't they, in Australia?
What's that?
That's like the second deadliest snake of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the
But it
first?
was
You do to
the
be.
first. It's called the Belcher's sea snake.
Wow, the Belcher's sea snake.
Yeah.
That is a scary name as well.
Yeah. Well, discovered by Tom Belcher, basically. But fucking like, or is it? Might
He's
be
dead.
Fletcher.
Yeah, he's dead. We'll name it after him. Yeah, we had. I'm not saying that this is related, but we had a guy at school who, he would, if people would give him change, if he would put his legs behind his head. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is that what you mean?
The teachers were always out of pocket, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. The teachers are always like, "Come on, you little freak."
You're going to take your pants off this time. It's PE.
You don't have a few days off on skin.
The teachers are getting angry.
Yeah. The teachers are like, I was going to go on holiday this year. You've been in every day. I'm about to pay you to put your legs around your head.
I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Legs behind his head, the teacher with a lighter. Go on, go on. You've just had your dinner.
And what do we know about methane? It's a science class. It's a science class.
Sir, you burnt your goose.
That's what I heard at my school.
So there's generally a kid at your school, and that kid was me.
I was there. Yeah, he was like a really tall, like, do you know one of those guys who like they got really tall in year 7, and they're like known as the like creepy, weird, tall dude. And he would like,
you know that one.
He would, you know, the penny pickers, those kind of guys. I don't know who said that. I'm gonna make sure I don't edit that in if it's about him. But yeah, the guy that kind of like, he had his, you know, as cat died. Is that a bit too northern for you guys? If you say as cat died, yeah.
His cat deed.
Yeah, his cat deed. Do you know
That's
what
just
that means?
laziness. That's
I know. But do you know, that's what they say. Do you know what that means?
Right.
Pants are too short. Yeah, that whole thing. He had that.
I
he
don't
had
get
the
that
penny
reference,
picking
though.
thing. I don't know what it is.
Some woman said it to me.
What does it mean?
Some woman said to me, as the cat got at your pants, to me, when
Right.
I had short pants, that time when I was wearing 3/4 lengths all the time.
Well, his testicles were hanging out of his shorts.
When I was wearing hot
But
pants.
yeah, so I don't know, maybe that's what it is, because your testicles hang out and they want to...
And cat deed was like one step further when you killed the cat for like scratching
No,
your
but what
balls.
is there a reason? There must be a reason behind. Is your cat died with the short?
Ben, pull that up.
Pull that shit up.
Pull that up. Pull your pants up as well, the bloody... has the cat resurrected? No long pants.
So go on. So he had shorter
Short pants, yeah.
pants on.
To be honest, I don't really feel like talking right. that doesn't make sense to anyone who's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had short pants, penny picker guy. You know, like, oh yeah, he picks up pennies and stuff like that. And then he would also...
So he was poor, is what you're saying?
I think it's just weird. I don't think he was poor.
Why is he picking up pennies?
Just because... What does it mean?
Sorry, carry on.
Basically, he was weird, the weird kind of guy who... He doesn't have... Maybe he's autistic, but he doesn't have that thing where you go, oh, if I pick up pennies, everyone's going to call me, like... queer. Like basically they're gonna go, you're queer.
Are you queer, lad?
Yeah, exactly. Where are you going?
Exactly.
From Boston. No. If you pick up pennies, then you're gonna get made fun of. Like if you see 10p even whatever. But he said he didn't have that barrier. He was just like, I'll pick up pennies. I will put my legs.
Perhaps
I
one
can
day
put my
save
legs
up for a
back.
pair of pants that fit.
That fit, yeah. I'll put my legs. Maybe that's why his pants are ruined because he keeps putting his legs over his head.
Just the wear and tear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Do you know what is the scariest scene to me in all of the films? The one that makes me go the most. Second to when I watched 127 Hours for the first time, where James Franco, spoiler alert, is cutting his own arm off. I mean, that's the selling point of the film, that he cuts his own arm off. It's not a spoiler at all. And the film's like 10 years old now. Anyway, he's cutting his arm off. And I remember watching it with my ex-girlfriend, and as I'm watching it, he's hacking into the nerves at one point. Like he's been cutting away at it, which is already just and then when he starts hitting the nerves, there's like strings, like violins, cellos, other string instruments going meep, like that every time he hits it. Meep. And I was like going, oh, and I was really, really getting into it, like imagining what it must be like. Exactly what he's done the job great. Who directed that? But anyway, James Franco, yeah. He's doing that. He's in his arm, and that proper freaked me out. I almost threw up. Like I went all dizzy and I felt like I was gonna throw up when I watched that scene. And my ex-girlfriend's like laughing at me, like, "What the hell?" Who? Danny Boyle. It was Danny Boyle. It was Danny Boyle. Danny Boyle directed that. Danny Boyle. He directed it, and it freaked me out. But that's not the scene that I was talking about. The scene is, you know, in A Clockwork Orange, Stanley Kubrick. The reason I remember this, I was just watching a video on aperture on cameras because I wanted to make sure all of this was in focus, and I've found out that the smaller the aperture is, the higher the number is on the f-stop, if any of you know what I'm talking about, and then the lower the number is, the more open it is, and the more open it is, I'm in focus, the background is not. The more closed it is, the more everything is in focus. Something to do with the eye does the same thing, who knows. Anyway, and I was watching this video on it, and it showed that scene from Clockwork Orange where that guy, Andy McDowell, I don't know who he is, the main guy, Orange, Clockwork Boy, first name Clockwork, last name Orange, he's I really hate stuff on my eyes. Right, so he's been forced to watch brainwashing propaganda stuff, and he's lying there with this thing on his head, like an upside down metal sieve, and there's wires coming out of it and stuff, and they've pinned his eyes open with these like spider's legs, wiry claw things. And they're going under his eyelids. And they did that for a film they actually did. His eyes are just vulnerable. There's things, dust flying in them. Not only that, he scratched his cornea. Oh God. Really freaks me out, that. That's the scariest scene in all of the films. In the middle part of this podcast, I'm going to wash my eyes. No.
And
well, this is
breast.
the age-old question of mermaids. Is it better to have legs and a vagina and a bottom and a fish head? Or, because you can actually have sex with that. Or is it better to have fish legs, fish tail, torso, boobs, arms, face?
I feel like I've been living under a rock because I didn't realise that was the age-old question.
Oh, yeah, I've been asking this for decades. No, well, I guess it's not the age-old question. A lot of people, though, I think a lot of people are like, yeah, of course, the regular mermaid. Why would you want to fuck some legs with a massive fish head?
I think a regular mermaid is more aesthetically pleasing, isn't it?
It is.
A lot more than like a fish head that's just got legs.
But what if it could speak still?
Now, a fish that could speak
like
would be
really
quite interesting.
So what if you had, right, your options, you're on this weird aquatic bachelor thing, and your options are,
I see it.
It's a mermaid lady, and she kind of, she has to like waddle into the room on the floor.
Right.
And you're like, hey, and she's beautiful down to her torso. Then she's got slimy, scaly tail as legs. She can't like bop around on him. She has to, it's almost as if she's handicapped.
Yeah.
She comes into the room and she's a bit of a bitch, but the top half is kind of hot.
I mean, I would be too if I didn't have if I had scaly flipper legs.
Even though she's quite famous for being a mermaid, though, she's still like a bitch. She's a diva.
Right.
Mermaid. Then the other option is some lovely legs walking with a huge fish head, and it's just the nicest fish head, legs, vagina, bottom combo you've ever seen. And she's just so polite. She's very friendly. What are you going for?
Well, first of all, I've seen a lot of lovely fish heads in my day.
Yeah.
So if we're going with the top one,
you used to be a fishmonger, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Absolutely.
Back in the day, I knew it.
I was an amateur one, not
amateur. Yeah. You just kind of like walked in and went, "I've got a couple of fish. You don't want to chop them up. You want some of this?"
The amateur fishmongers are way better than the professionals.
What was your like?
It's too polished, their stuff.
Exactly. What was like your best, your go-to fish?
My go-to fish was a king prawn.
King prawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then PC culture got involved. Then we had to start calling them queen prawns as well.
Queen prawn. So king or queen prawn. It's like royalty person.
Yeah, it's just royal prawns, isn't it?
Royal prawns. Yeah. So we had to start calling them.
But which one would I choose? Because sorry, I got us off the topic.
Yeah.
I think I would take the proper mermaid as we know them and take her swimming. probably. And then like she doesn't need to flop around on the floor because
Exactly.
I think that's quite undignifying.
It is undignifying.
And I'll like do my best to like make sure she had like a nice life where she could thrive.
And you're like, I can go into some water for a while and swim. You really struggle to be out here on land.
Yeah.
Let me come into your habitat.
They go and like
She might have dolphin friends.
true, and at the same time you could just get like a fish tank in your bedroom and then she's just there like chilling out.
That'd be pretty cool.
Like I'll be
Like
back from
that
work
film-
at 5.
That film, what's that most recent film where that lady falls in love with a fish type thing?
Oh, I know the one that you
With
mean. And I thought
Guillermo del Toro.
I hated that film.
Did you hate it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was called. Damn it!
I can't think of it either, but it was
Jamie,
like
pull that up.
it was one of the
Jamie.
the Oscar like
It was,
nominated
it won an
films.
Oscar.
Yeah.
I almost had it in my head. Then when I see it, I'm gonna be like, so annoyed that I didn't know what it was.
Was it called? I honestly can't think of it what it was either, but
It's called The Shape of Water.
The Shape of Water.
Shape
That's
of
exactly
Water.
what it was called.
So this is a real Shape of Water type scenario we've got here.
Yeah, which is quite
Um,
common really, because getting there, I got stuck in all that water, so I could have done with a mermaid to like swim me here.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, to be devil's advocate, play devil's advocate, I should probably go with the legs and the fish head
Right.
person, lady. And I think that it'd at least be a good story. Like, I fucked this giant fish head with legs once.
Right. So
Wouldn't
you
that
was
be
going to do
good?
it completely for the story?
Yeah, just for the story.
I mean, I thought we was going to go down the route of like, I mean, I moved mine in. I moved her into my bedroom, remember? And then you was just
Yeah.
like, I fucked it once, and that was it. So you were quite
to
rude
be honest,
with your fish person.
because she's not got she's not got a human face. I kind of have distanced myself from her as an
Yeah.
actual person.
Phil openly admitting that he's against interracial breeding.
Well, interspecies breeding.
Interspecies.
I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down on that. Stop interspecies breeding. Okay.
And I was like, yes, I do.
Yeah. I think you've got something in your act where you say about how people think in Glasgow is Glasgow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that you talk kind of posh. Is
Aye.
that the truth?
That
in
is a
Glasgow
thing.
people-
Yeah. So
Right.
like, I grew up in the East End of Glasgow, which is like the traditionally rough bit.
Right,
But
okay.
the specific area that I grew up in was Mount Vernon, which everyone else in
Sounds
the East
so
End.
Scottish as well. What is
It's
it? Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon, like
Vernon. Okay, Mount Vernon. Yeah, Vernon. Oh, that's good. It's good. That was good.
And all the rest of the East End think like that's considered like a bit of a posher area
Right.
by like East End of
Oh,
Glasgow
okay.
standards. So when I went to school, yeah, they're like, you posh twat. And
Mm.
yeah, that is a stand up bit rooted deep in the truth.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's a few of them where you see someone set and you go, I think that one was true.
Yeah.
Like that one. There's no way that's a lie. That's kind of like you can see the pain in his eyes when he recounts it. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
100%. And like, I don't know if I thank my parents for it now, or if I wish I had like a pure thick
Right,
accent. Because
okay.
my mum and dad were always like, speak properly, don't use slang terms and all that.
Okay.
And I've lived all over the world, so it's came in handy. But also, like, I see, I don't know, like Kevin Bridges, he's probably got a bit of a thicker accent than me. And I'm
okay.
like, oh mate, I'm so pleased that he's pulling it off with like
Right,
a proper accent.
Right. Okay. But surely that will be good because you're never going to be misunderstood on stage. I don't feel like I've ever been like, what did he say? Then I've always been clear what he said. I already feel like I can understand the Scottish accent quite well anyway. I think if you're Northern, you just kind of, it's almost like it's like a Southerner. It's so far removed from their voice, whereas Northern, it's not anything like it. But the further up north you go, like people in Newcastle are like, it's almost there's things in it that I
there's
can
a
just
definite similarity.
yeah, true. So it's just the further up it goes, the more and more Scottish. Is that the case in the country as well? The more.
Oh no! So the only bit where it's thick is the west coast, so Glasgow and the surrounding
Right.
areas.
And where's Edinburgh? Is it the bottom or the
Edinburgh's east, so
top? Oh, east, right.
there's like a wee thin bit in the middle, Glasgow and Edinburgh.
Right.
Edinburgh's on the east side. Everyone over there, so like they either sound like posh English or a
Right.
bit more sing-songy, like.
Oh, yeah, like Welsh kind of thing. Welsh has a sing-songy kind of accent. Like
Aye, like there's Glasgow people would call them chuchters, but that's a
Okay.
real Scottish word.
right. Okay. Yeah, I've not heard that. It almost sounds like chukters. It almost sounds Indian. Like you're like, oh, I want to have some samosas, some bhajis, some
Can I have a wee
chukters.
chukter?
yeah, a little with some mango dip.
A chuchter, to me, a chuchter's anyone from Scotland, not from Glasgow. The pure definitions, like the ones way
Wow.
up north in the Highlands, the ones that say like Ken at the end of sentences and all that.
Oh yeah. I've met a few of them. I find it really funny when like Jews have a word called goy, and it means anyone that isn't Jewish, and they're like that goy.
Goy.
Yeah, and it's like so chukta, is that right? Yeah. That's like I love when there's a certain place or a certain culture that go, or a certain race, and they go, anyone who isn't us, there's a word for you. Like it's like this mad reverse racism in a way. It's like you can all have the word because you're not as good as us. Like,
I think about stuff like that a lot, and I think it is mad. So we all know, like, you'll have your regional slangs and I'll get mine, but
exactly,
like everyone in the world's got that.
Yeah,
there's people in fucking Madrid saying, look at the fucking Zaragoza scumbags, dirty Zaragoza bastards and all that.
Yeah,
and
is that
everyone's
a real one?
got it.
Is that a real one? Have you just made that?
Oh no,
I've just
it's
convincing.
I know they're close together.
If
so
you would have
maybe
started with that, if you would have gone, you know, Zaragoza, then I'd be like, I think so, but why don't you tell me like that? Like I would have. Right, so we're in a bar, you and I.
All right.
Okay.
Bloop.
No, yeah, all right then. Pop a bar.
Don't say no. You've got a green screen. Use it.
Oh no, he's revealing that he's going bar.
Oh shit.
I'm keeping all this in, you know.
Oh. Well,
it's all staying fucking hell. Right, we're in a bar.
Might drop some slurs if I get embarrassed, so you have to like get rid of it.
Slurs, right?
Yeah. You're gonna drop some slurs to a beat.
No, not to. All right then. I'll do a beat.
Okay.
What were you
gonna
say?
What was I gonna say?
Stop
Comment.
being silly now. Listen here, cock. We're in a bar, right? You said at the moment you're gonna execute that dick, so I'm like, is that what he would say to a woman? So we're in a bar now, right? And I'm the hot chick, right? And I'm at the bar. I'm
How
the
hot?
chick at the bar.
Hot, like you want to be in a relationship, or you just want to?
What would you rather it be?
Don't know what the situation is.
All right. This is the situation, okay? You're out with me, right?
Bit weird.
And I'm like, bit weird, yeah, bit weird. No, you're not going out with me. We're
right,
cool. Out on town, right? We're painting the town red. What is in my eye? This is part of my character, is that he has a tick. Right, so anyway, we go out. Yeah, you join in. We go out. Is there anything in my eye?
I can see my reflection, but it's a bit sexy.
It's a sparkle,
that's a bit. I felt something.
I just wanted to make you feel something, just to get in the role.
Yeah.
Right, so anyway, what was I going to say? Hey, stop that. It's not an ice cream. So we're in this bar, me and you, and I'm like, I know that girl. And then you're like, yeah. And then I'm like, one sec. And I go and chat to her. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm just with my mate Zach over there. And that's what you do, okay? Right, you give him a little wave and a no, come on, do what you'd really do. Right, so.
Oh, so like you're over there.
So I'm talking
to
her. I'm talking to her, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, wait, it's been years. Yeah, I think the last time I saw you was like college. That might have been like 10 years ago now. God, we are old, jeez. I'm out with my mate Zach. Do you see him over there? Yeah, that's Zach. Yeah. No, yeah, he's a handsome guy. Yeah, he's got kind of a charm to him. You'd have to meet him. Yeah, well, I'm going to net back over. I'll send him over if I come back. All right, man. What's you all right?
Yeah.
What? What's up?
No, it's just...
She's hot, isn't she? Yeah, she's pretty hot.
I'm embarrassed already.
She's single, you know.
Yeah, but...
There's something in my eye. But yeah, she's single anyway. What is it in this bar? Is there dust in this bar that's getting... Have you got anything in your eye?
Nah,
right, well, anyway,
I'm
this
a bit of a
hot
unit,
chick,
mate.
though, this hot chick, right? She said you're kind of cute, man.
Yeah, but...
Want to go and talk to her?
I will, but what's the point?
Well...
Alright.
Yeah?
You talked me into it.
Right,
go.
Right, okay. So now I'm... What's my name? Stacy.
Zach.
No, I can't be Zach. I'm the girl. You're Zach.
Oh, you're the girl?
Yeah, you're Zach. Who am I? Really?
Chelsea.
Chelsea, alright.
Oh, that's an hanging name.
Chelsea, exactly, alright. Chelsea.
I tried to think of an hanging name.
Chelsea, alright.
Anyone who's called Chelsea, I'm not sorry.
I'm Arsenal. I'm Watford. No, right, okay, I'm Chelsea. Right, so I'm at the bar and I've got my drink, right? You know, like girls are. Right, okay, so anyway, I'm there.
Zach, that's hanging. You drink that?
Why? What's wrong with this?
I don't know. Just
sorry. Let me just give it. What kind of voice has she got? Is she posh?
Oh
my God! What's wrong with it?
She's She's a bit filthy, in a good way.
Oh my God! What's wrong with it?
Yeah. Oh,
like that.
That's good.
Right,
that.
Well, what?
You know your women.
What's wrong with it?
Well, a bit basic, really.
Basic.
Yeah.
Phil said you're a nice guy. Like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid talking. I don't know.
All right.
Just,
Well, I'm just gonna. I'm with my friends. Oh wait, I've changed my voice now. Alright, well, anyway, I'm with my friends, so I'm just gonna. Nice to meet you, anyway. God, what's with that guy? So that's how it would go.
no, I've just never really been good with girls.
What would you have said?
Go on.
No, what would you have said?
Out of what?
Why would a person in China most likely ask another person what their animal is? What's your animal, mate?
My animal, 94.
Just say one. Just say one.
I'm pretty
Just say
sure.
Say rat.
No, I'm pretty sure I think I was rat. Actually.
Rat. Okay. Why would I be asking you that?
To see if you're a pedo and you want to see how old I am.
It's to see who should receive respect because they are older. So I guess if you really respect your elders, let them touch you. Which of these is most widely celebrated at the time of the Chinese New Year? Your answer was family ties. That answer was correct. Which of these
got
acts
all these so far?
Which of these acts is extremely important for preparing for Chinese New Year? Cleaning every part of the house. That's 9 out of 10 so far. Question 10. Which of the following is the most characteristic of Lunar New Year celebrations in Chinatowns in the US? Jake got 9 out of 10 so far. His answer was the stores in Chinatown are shut down for a day. His answer was incorrect. That's 9 out of 10. That's Jake Breeze. He's completely Chinese. That's why we call him Jake Breeze, the completely Chinese fellow. That's been the Christmas episode. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go? Jake Breeze, the Chinese tease.
Keep it China, yo.
Okay, you sure you don't want to have another go? Talk about lockdown, Jesus. So I had to give a fake name recently. I was on the tram and didn't have a ticket. And this lady comes over. She goes, "Right, get off. Come on, get off the next platform." And I go off. She's going, "Right, you have to give me a name." And I went, "Noah Way." "So you have to give me a name." And I just did. Noah, Noah, Way, W-A-Y. And she kind of looked at me suspiciously. She went, "All right, Noah Way." And I stood there like. But I made the mistake of saying to her, "How crazy is it how your mind just like kind of backs you up when you're trying to get away with something?" And then she looked at me and she was like, "All right, I don't work for the Metro Link. I just found this yellow jacket and I've been getting on the tram and I've been finding people. This book of names at the end of the night, I just throw it in the canal." And I thought, like, that's very honest of her. Like, maybe I should admit something. So I said, "Listen, I'm not actually a passenger. I'm a tram inspector, and that's my jacket. Give me my jacket back." And then I grabbed the fictional lady and I threw her on the tram tracks. "Yeah, die, fictional lady." She's dead now. Thanks for that. So, paracetamol are amazing, aren't they? The other day, I had a banging headache, right? And I went to the shop and I was like, "I'll get some paracetamol." And I looked, and on the packet it said, "Targets the source of pain fast." And you know what? It really did target the source of pain fast. Within 15 minutes, I got a phone call saying that my ex-girlfriend was killed by a pack of rabid dogs. Good stuff. I wonder if I take all of them, if all of my problems will go away.